Good evening, students. After long time, sessions are in the evening. So now today we are going to start with overview of accounting standards. I know
Recording
that
in
our
progress.
small part of framework of financial statement is still remaining that we will cover after break. Okay, so in last 20 minutes we are going to cover remaining part of that framework of financial statement, that is chapter number 2. But today we are going to start with new accounting standard, that is overview of accounting standards. In that we have accounting standard 2, inventory valuation, because we are now having only 7 days to finish our syllabus, and almost we have 5 to 6 standards that we have to complete it. So which standards we are going to see it in the group 1, accounting standard 1, disclosure of accounting policy. S2 is inventory valuation. S3 we have already seen, that is cash flow statement. So no need to see it again. Then we have S10, that is accounting for fixed asset. S11, effects of changes in foreign exchange rate. 12, accounting for government grants. 13, we already covered, that is accounting for investment. And last one is accounting standard 16, is a borrowing cost. So 16, 12, 11, 10, and 2. So 5 accounting standards, and we are left with only 7 days, and we have to cover accounting standard 1 also. So 6 standards are there, and your question answers. So friends, Hitesh ji, good evening beta. Vaishali Agarwal ji, Janvi, Sushil Kumar, Ritika, other students, Raghavan ji, jaldi se aa jaiye. I know your articleship is also going on. So those students who are from direct entry, yes, I request you all to attend it in the live only. So now let's start with accounting standard 2, that is inventory valuation. Okay. So friends, before starting any accounting standard, I will tell you whether this is accounting standard or disclosure standard. So first you have to understand whether this is accounting standard or disclosure standard. So what is the difference between accounting standard and disclosure standard? If you remember our first day of starting, when we started our theory part, I told you that accounting standard deals with 4 parts: RMPD, recognition, measurement, presentation, disclosures. So friends, that recognition, measurement, presentation, and disclosures, this is what accounting standard says. That record the entry, at what amount, disclosure, presentation in financial statements, and disclosure in notes to accounts. That we have to see it in RMPD analysis. So that is accounting standard. And disclosure standard means only we disclose it in notes to accounts, or might be it in profit and loss account. So here we are not doing any accounting. We are not passing any entry. It is just only disclosing the information to the shareholders or readers of the financial statements. So friends, now before starting, means if you start with any accounting standard, first you ask to yourself whether this is accounting standard or whether this is disclosure standard. Whether this is accounting standard or whether this is disclosure standard. What do you think? Accounting standard 2 is accounting standard or disclosure standard? Yes, tell me it in the comment section. I will answer it afterwards. My voice is low. No, I don't think so, Archie Gupta ji. एक बार मुझे बता दीजिए वॉइस तो अच्छे से आ रहा है ना मेरा? Yes. Whether this is accounting standard or disclosure standard, you have to tell me it in the comment section fast. S2 is a valuation of inventory. Whether this is accounting standard or disclosure standard. Voice कम है क्या? फुल है मेरे साइड से. अभी आपके साइड से हो सकता है क्या? ओवर राम भाई. Now it's okay. You can see. Check. Okay. चलिए. Okay. So many students answered it. It's okay now. So inventory valuation is not a disclosure standard, but it's an accounting standard. So you can write it, sir, this is accounting standard. What we are going to see in this accounting standard, what is the overview? Beta, in this session, I'm going to focus maximum on question answer part instead of theory part. So in last videos, in batch number 4, I have given notes in the writing, but my suggestion in this batch, in this virtual batch number 5, what we are going to see, instead of writing all these notes, you do this as homework, and remaining part means I will tell you to take a screenshot, and this screenshot you please note down it somewhere, and important points. We will solve maximum question answers. Okay, so introduction, scope of accounting standard, definition of inventory, measurement of inventory, cost of inventory. So what we are going to see first, introduction part. So let's start with introduction. Yes, this is not a disclosure standard. Disclosure is only notes to accounts. This is accounting. Why? Because we are giving two effects. Closing stock. Closing stock is an adjustment. Sir, in 11-12 standard, we already aware about this adjustment that we are recording it at trading account credit side and balance sheet asset side. In CA Inter, you taught us that closing stock and opening stock difference we are taking as the changes in inventory. And second effect we are giving in the balance sheet asset side. Okay, sir, that financial statements we already covered. In that, you are already aware about the closing stock adjustment. That closing stock adjustment is nothing but we are considering changes in the inventory, in P&L account, and in balance sheet asset side, inventory account. But sir, what is the amount? 11-12 standard and even in the CA Inter, we are already aware about that closing stock value. Sir, but how that value comes, that we are going to see it in the accounting standard 2. So accounting standard 2 में हम लोग ये value कैसे पता करनी है, और ये value हमें दिया रहेगा. In real life, it's not possible that we are going to calculate it. Okay, so you are going to calculate this. So beta, that inventory valuation will talk about value of inventory, how to calculate. So this is the disclosure standard and not accounting standard. ये जिन्होंने भी बोला है, they are wrong. So this is not the disclosure, this is accounting standard. This is accounting standard. Sorry, I don't know exactly what I talked, but understand it now. So this is the accounting standard. This is the accounting standard. Okay. Chalo. Because we are going to calculate value in this accounting standard. So introduction part. S2 provides us guidance about how to calculate the value. And second one, how to present it in the financial statements. In financial statements, I already told you, we show it under balance sheet, direct closing inventory, and we calculate changes in inventory, that changes in inventory in the P&L account. Sir, what is the cost formula? Cost formula is nothing but FIFO, LIFO, weighted average. But that cost formula, we are here in S2, we have only two methods, that is FIFO and weighted average. So we have only two methods. Sir, what is net realizable value? That is the valuation cost for NRV, whichever is lower. Sir, what is the calculation? How to calculate net realizable value? That we are going to understand over here. Next one. So I hope you got the concept of S2 provides guidance. So take a screenshot. फटाफट screenshots लेने आपको. Yes, take a screenshot of S2 provides a guidance determining the value. Next one. Scope of S2. बेटा मुक्ता जी ने एक क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि स्टॉक इज ओनली वी कंसिडर ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग स्टॉक. बेटा 11-12 से आपका हुआ है. टू ओपनिंग स्टॉक यू आर राइटिंग ऑन द ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, जो आपका पिछले साल के ट्रायल बैलेंस से आया हुआ है. एंड मुक्ता जी, क्लोजिंग स्टॉक हम लोग क्रेडिट साइड पे लिखते थे ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट के, और एडजस्टमेंट के दो इफेक्ट्स होते हैं। और आप ये क्या क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो, मुझे तो नहीं समझ में आया। ओपनिंग स्टॉक एंड क्लोजिंग स्टॉक, ये दोनों की डिफरेंस हम लोग कंसिडर करते। आप पूछ रहे हो ये वैल्यू हम लोग क्यों कंसिडर करते, तो ये तो बेटा हम लोग करते आ रहे हैं 11-12 से। जो पिछले साल से ट्रायल बैलेंस से आया वो होता है ओपनिंग स्टॉक, और जो क्लोजिंग स्टॉक होता है ये इस साल की एडजस्टमेंट होती है। और ये एडजस्टमेंट हमें करनी पड़ेगी ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट के क्रेडिट में और बैलेंस शीट के एसेट साइड में। अभी ये क्यों, अभी ये हम लोग नया नया अकाउंट्स मैंने क्या सिखाया, ये हम लोग 11-12 में करते थे। अभी फाउंडेशन में, और फाउंडेशन में भी हमने ऐसा नहीं किया, पर पी&एल अकाउंट जब बनाते, मैंने फाइनल अकाउंट्स में आपको बताया ना कि इंस्टेड ऑफ राइटिंग ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग वी राइट डिफरेंस। आप मतलब मुझे कभी कभी ना मुक्ता जी, आप इतने बेहतरीन क्वेश्चन पूछते हो और कभी कभी इतने डेंजरस क्वेश्चन पूछते हो, तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आता कि मैं आंसर क्या दूं इसका। कोई बात नहीं। स्कोप ऑफ S2, सो बेटा स्कोप मीन्स it is included for every inventory but it is excluded, so don't apply this accounting standard to what, work in progress, WIP. So beta this standard is applicable for work in progress. Work in progress means which is not a finished goods, which is not partly semi finished goods, we called it as semi finished goods, is called as work in progress. And if work in progress arises under accounting standard 7, that the WIP now accounting standard 7 you have in the group 2, that group 2 faculty will take care about the accounting standard 7. So that WIP which is arises due to a construction contract is covered. How to do valuation of that WIP is not as per S2 ka principle. It is scope out. Why it is scope out? Because other standard will take care of this. Okay. So other standard will take care of this. Yes. Work in progress of service providers. Sir, service providers, inventory, raw material, WIP and finished goods. So service provider, if he is having any WIP, so that is not covered under here, because the guidance note will take care about this, that service providers work in progress. Shares and debentures held as stock in trade. So if you have stock of shares or debentures, okay, don't consider it as in accounting standard 2. Reason is very simple. Accounting standard 13 will also not taken care. It has a separate guidance note. It is the investment. If you have shares or debentures held as stock in trade, this is current guideline is that lower of cost or fair value. S2 principle is not applicable, and even S13 principle is not applicable if you purchase and sells your debentures on very short basis, beta, not even short-term investment or long-term investment. It is only you are trading in that. In that case, means it's like, you know, your daily you are trading in this. In that case, it is not the accounting standard 13 will also taken care, and not even S2 will take care, but it is the current guideline of lower of cost or fair value. That is the guideline in the given by the ICI. If you are trading in the shares or debentures, you don't apply S2, you don't apply S13 also. अच्छा अच्छा मुक्ता, हाँ 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 बराबर है बेटा. प्रोड्यूसर्स इन्वेंटरी ऑफ लाइव स्टॉक, बेटा प्रोड्यूसर्स इन्वेंटरी ऑफ लाइव स्टॉक. लाइव स्टॉक क्या होता है? एनिमल्स, एग्रीकल्चर एंड फॉरेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स एंड मिनरल ऑयल्स एंड ओर्स. So if you have stock of livestock inventory or agriculture products, so please don't consider it as accounting standard 2, because it is covered under any other accounting standard. So sorry, it is recorded at net realizable value. So beta, please don't apply rule of S2, that is cost or NRV, whichever is lower. Sometimes ICI may challenge to you by giving some exclusions and will ask you whether S2 is applicable or not. Such theory questions may be asked in the exam, so please note down this exclusion and this exclusion will help you out. तो ये याद रखो कि exclusion इसलिए जरूरी है. एक बार मैं हिंदी में रिकॉर्ड बता देता हूँ. So exclusions मतलब क्या? Exclusions मतलब आपके हिसाब से आपने कंसिडर नहीं करना है S2 में. अभी S2 में नहीं कंसिडर करने का रीजन इज वेरी सिंपल, दैट कंस्ट्रक्शन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का S7 WIP यदि इस S7 के अंडर आता है तो प्लीज इसको यहाँ पे कंसिडर नहीं करेंगे. क्यों नहीं करेंगे? बिकॉज S7 विल टेक केयर अबाउट दिस एंड WIP अरेजिंग अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, उसके हिसाब से ये कैलकुलेशन होगा. WIP सर्विस प्रोवाइडर का ये स्टैंडर्ड के अंदर नहीं आएगा, उसके लिए सेपरेट गाइडलाइन है. यदि आपके पास शेयर्स और डिबेंचर्स के स्टॉक इन ट्रेड है और आपके लिए यदि आप उसमें लेन देन करते हो तो वो इसके लिए आपकी गाइडलाइन ये बताती है कि कॉस्ट और फेयर वैल्यू विच इज लोअर के हिसाब से आप वैल्यूएशन करोगे। और यदि आपके पास जानवर है, यदि एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्ट्स है, फॉरेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स है या मिनरल ऑयल्स वगैरह होगा तो उसके लिए भी एस टू का प्रिंसिपल अप्लाई मत करना, क्योंकि यहाँ पे प्रिंसिपल यही बताता है कि ये आपको नेट रियलाइजेबल वैल्यू पे रिकॉर्ड करना है। सो दिस इज ऑल फॉर स्कोप ऑफ S2 in which we have seen scope out. What is scope out? Scope out means is not considered for S2 का principle will not be applicable. S2 principle is different. So that is a scope in and scope out. So scope of S is inventory for every inventory. Now what is inventory that we are going to understand it in next slide. But beta what is excluded is given here. तो आपको exclusions पूरा समझ में आया होगा. I hope you are now clear with the concept of scope of S2. Yes. Till now any query you have? Beta Himanshu Gupta, interior decorator. So if he has any WIP, it is not covered under this accounting standard 2. Okay, बेटा हिमांशु गुप्ता जी, तो इंटीरियर डेकोरेटर है और उसकी कुछ इन्वेंट्री बचती है तो उसके लिए बेटा S2 का प्रिंसिपल अप्लाई नहीं करना है। कमलेश जी का क्वेश्चन है, विल यू कवर अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑफ ग्रुप 2? नो बेटा, आई विल नॉट कवर as per schedule. Yes, other faculties they are also good, and if you have want my lectures you can contact Pune branch. Any other question? If you have any other question, yes, you can ask me. So waiting for your question answers. Till now any question? No questions, I think so. Yes, Jaiswal ji thoda late aaye, no problem beta. Now what is definition of inventory? Inventory is nothing but beta it's a raw material, WIP and finished goods. So this is a simple language mein it is inventory, but beta we have to see the some technical part of this definition. So technical definition is given below. Inventories are assets held that is for sale in the ordinary course of business. So beta if you are selling it in the ordinary course of business, it is called as inventory. So ordinary sale course of business means what? It is nothing but, yes beta, finished goods. It is nothing but it is a finished goods. Okay, next one. Second one, in the production process, in the process of production for such cell means what? WIP. In simple language, it is a WIP. And what is third one? In the form of material or supplies to be consumed. So in the form of material or supplies to be consumed means, yes, raw material in the production process or in the rendering services. Excluding machinery spares. Remember, machinery spares will be covered under accounting standard 10. Service equipments and standby equipments which are meeting the definition of PP, and property, plant and equipment I'm going to cover it in the accounting standard 10. So beta, please ignore it, this part. Suppose if the machinery, spares or servicing equipment, if these are needed, in that case beta it is covered under accounting for fixed assets, that is property, plant and equipment. Okay, chalo. Measurement of sorry, definition ka screenshot, you have to write it later, so take a screenshot. So finished goods, बेटा शेयर कैपिटल इज लायबिलिटी बेटा मुक्ता। शेयर्स जो हम लोग खरीदते हैं और बेचते हैं उसको, उसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं। ये ट्रेडर के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं हम लोग, मतलब जो खरीदता है और बेचता है उसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, ना कि कंपनी के एंगल से। आप शेयर कैपिटल के एंगल से देख रही हो तो शेयर्स जो खरीदता है, ओके। Please finish this homework and you can share it in our Telegram channel also. तो आपको वहां पे मिल ही जाएगा। चलिए, measurement of inventories are measured at cost or NRV, whichever is lower. So beta, it is very important definition as per prudence concept, that is anticipation, because we are recording closing stock in P&L account on the credit side. It has a credit balance. Credit means income. If you record it at higher value, then in that case it is against your prudence concept. And what prudence concept talks about? Anticipated profits are not recorded, but anticipated losses are recorded. Suppose if my closing stock is having a cost of rupees 100, I have 100 pens. Yes, beta. I have 100 pens. And I am recording at rupees 100 per pen. This is my cost. So my S1 I will take it later. Okay. So 10,000 beta. Now this 10,000 is my cost. And suppose if I am selling this, I will get 120 rupees. So this 100 pens sales value is 120, 12,000. Now as per principle, if I record it at 12,000, yet I have not sold it. But suppose if I am recording at selling price, it means I am recording at unrealized profit or higher profit. My profit will be higher if I am recording at closing stock at 12,000. So principle is very simple. You should not record it at 12,000, but you should record it at cost, whichever is lower. Standby cost is not the concept, beta. सुशील जी, स्टैंड बाय इक्विपमेंट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट. स्टैंड बाय इक्विपमेंट मतलब क्या कि जो इक्विपमेंट सिर्फ अपने इंस्टॉलेशन के लिए, मतलब उसके अंदर फॉर एग्जांपल एसी का जो फिटिंग होता है ना, अभी वो स्टैंड बाय इक्विपमेंट है. स्टैंड बाय इक्विपमेंट मतलब क्या कि एसी जिसके अंदर इंस्टॉल करते हो आप लोग, तो देखो ये विंडो एसी जो होते हैं उसका एक इक्विपमेंट बना के रखते हैं हम लोग. तो दैट इज कॉल्ड स्टैंड बाय. वो वहां पे रहेगा, भले एसी आपने निकाला रखा तो भी वो वहां पे इक्विपमेंट बना के रखा, तो वो एसी के साथ आया हुआ इक्विपमेंट रहता है, तो उसको हम लोग स्टैंड बाय इक्विपमेंट बोलेंगे एक सिंपल लैंग्वेज में. इट इज वन एग्जांपल. स्टैंड बाय इक्विपमेंट मींस व्हिच आर यू आर नॉट रिमूविंग इट. Okay, so it is a part of fixed asset. It is a part of fixed asset and that is useful only for that asset. That is called as standby equipment. चलो, so 10,000 और 12,000 whichever is lower पे हम लोग record करेंगे. Now the question is why we are recording this? If closing stock, remember, if closing stock is recorded at higher price means profit is also high. Okay, so closing stock you should not record it at lower side. It should be recorded at if closing stock is recorded at overprice. Overstated means overprice. Then your profit is also overstated, which is not allowed रहे. इसलिए हम लोग वो record नहीं करते. Okay, so write down. Yes, please take a screenshot of this. Okay. चलो आगे निकलते. So let's move further. Measurement of inventories. Now, sir, measurement of inventories is raw material and finished goods. Measurement, please. Now, what is the replacement cost that I'm going to explain it now only? And finished goods and work in progress is lower of the following: cost or NRV. Now, what is cost? Cost of purchase, conversion cost, and other cost. And NRV means realizable value minus selling expenses minus estimated cost of completion. Now, estimated cost of completion is what? That we are going to see it in example number 1. So this chart is very, very important. This replacement cost, I'm going to explain it, but wait for some time. that replacement cost, you do not have any question based on this replacement cost, but might be in exam you may get the question. So that closing stock, this chart is very, very important. Measurement of inventory. Chalo. Yes. Very, very important chart. Replacement cost, I'm going to explain it. But before that, we are going to solve one illustration. Example number 1 and illustration number 5 based on this question. So now please come to your study material. We are going to solve one example, that is example number 1. Page number 3 point 3.41 in my material. Please read the question. Yes, and see whether you are getting it or not. 3.41. See the question. See the question, 3.41. Check. This is a question. Don't read the answer part, beta. Only read the question part. And then I will tell you exactly the concept of WIP valuation. So example number 1 is WIP valuation. You can write over there. WIP valuation. Yes. I will give you the index part. 4 marks question. Please answer it fast. Chalo, focus. Cost of partly finished goods at the end of 2001, 2 is 150. So beta, this is a cost. So this is a cost. This is a cost. Then the unit can be finished next year by further expenditure of rupees 100. So this is deducted from NRV. Further expenditure, future cost. Future cost, instead of adding it in cost, we deduct it from NRV. Remember, this is further cost of completion. And remember, we never add this in cost, but we deduct it from NRV. The finished goods can be sold at rupees 250. You can write over there, this is net realizable value. Subject to 4% brokerage. Brokerage is also deducted from NRV because this is cost which is required. 250 into 4%, answer is 10. So 10 you will deduct, 100 you will deduct from 250. So 250 minus 10 minus 100, you will get 140 is the NRV, and cost is 150, whichever is lower. So we will record it at 140 rupees. Sir, how to present the answer in exam? So this is the index part. Take a screenshot of whole index first. Yes, please note down that this index is very, very important. Take a screenshot of, yes, wait, I will give the screenshot of index. Some students are asking me for the index part, but beta, एक second, I am telling you, you have to work hard for this. Some students are asking for ready index. It's not possible that I will share everything to you. Please, you have to work hard for this. You take a screenshot, you attend my sessions, and then you can write it. Everything ready हुआ ना, कोई लिखता भी नहीं है. इससे अच्छा आप एफर्ट्स लीजिए. Yes, मुझे क्या 2 मिनट में मैं अपलोड कर दूंगा, but I don't want that spoon feeding. You have to write it. जो ऐसे कलरफुल नोट्स भी मिलते हैं ना आपको, बहुत सारे फैकल्टीज देते हैं, आई एम अगेंस्ट इट. क्यों? मैं सिंपली बताता हूँ, मैं भी अगेन आपको दे सकता हूँ, उसमें क्या, मेरा तो पूरा कलरफुल है, पर वो कलरफुल नोट्स में जो है ना, आप खुद का दिमाग चलाना बंद कर देते हो. फिर आपने जो खुद से अंडरलाइन करके इंपॉर्टेंट किया रहता है ना, दैट इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट. ये याद रखो, मैं करके दूंगा कलरफुल तो उसमें मजा नहीं है. ओके, ये भी स्क्रीनशॉट्स ले लीजिए प्लीज. ये फाइनल के कुछ क्वेश्चन है दैट वी आर गोइंग टू सी, एंड दिस इज ऑलरेडी अपलोडेड. बेटा, दिस इज ऑलरेडी अपलोडेड, ऑल दिस क्वेश्चंस इन असाइनमेंट वी ऑलरेडी अपलोडेड दिस. प्लीज आज आप हमें सॉल्व भी करना है ये. ओके, सम फाइनल क्वेश्चंस. Okay, so this module number 1 question, how we are going to record it. WIP is recorded at cost or NRV, which is lower, and WIP NRV is rupees 140. Okay, so this is how you should present your answer in exam. So further cost will increase. The further cost incurring on it to complete it should be added to it. No ना बेटा, further cost जो है वो आपके selling price में से माइनस होगा ना. कॉस्ट जो होता है सेलिंग प्राइस में से माइनस होगा. इंस्टेड ऑफ एडिंग इन कॉस्ट, बेटा क्या प्रिंसिपल है मुक्ता जी की कॉस्ट में ऐड करने से अच्छा हम लोग एनआरबी में से माइनस करते सेलिंग प्राइस में से. आप कॉस्ट में ऐड करोगे तो भी आपका आंसर वही आएगा. पर प्रॉब्लम यह है कि हम लोग क्या करते हैं, ये प्रिंसिपल है, मैंने नहीं बनाया, ये एस टू ने बनाया है कि कॉस्ट में ऐड मत करो, सेलिंग प्राइस में से माइनस करो. यस, ओके. सो ये तो बहुत ही आसान क्वेश्चन था. सो दिस फर्दर एक्सपेंडिचर यू कैन राइट इट बाय रेड पेन. When you will solve it, write it by red pen, that further expenditure. Red pen से लिखना है आपको. Okay, so further expenditure you can write it by red pen. Okay, chalo. So first question is easy. Yes, tell me easy or not. Fast in the comment section. Chalo. Be active. So what you understood? What is the principle? Yes, what is the NRV formula? Selling price minus brokerage minus further expenditure to be incurred is NRV. So please write down this NRV formula. Chalo. NRV का formula लिखो in comment section. Write it in the comment section, every one of you. What is the formula? Selling price. Yes. Minus brokerage minus further expenditure. If you are not taking screenshot, you can see my lecture afterwards and you can pause there and you can take notes of that. यदि आपने ये नहीं किया होगा तो second technique is very simple. Rewatch this session, take screenshots or pause and you can write it afterwards. Chale. So we are done with the concept of example number 1 we have completed. One more example is there. I think illustration number 5 is there. Just checking this. Illu 5. And you are giving me. Oh, Illu 5 is removed from the syllabus. Sorry. So illustration number 5 is no more. It's similar question previous module में, but now it is removed. So who answered it very fast? अंकित गुप्ता जी ने लिखा है. Very good. प्रभास जैन ने लिखा है. शुवर्नेश, अरे वाह शुवर्नेश, आफ्टर so many days बेटा. कब से मुझे तो मिस कर रहा था मैं तुझे. बहुत दिनों के बाद आए शुवर्नेश. आप कहाँ थे इतने दिन? ओके, वेरी गुड. थोड़ा इंटरेक्टिव रखो ना यार, थोड़ा इंटरेक्टिव रखो प्लीज. मेक इट इंटरेक्टिव. प्लीज नोट डाउन ऑल दिस पॉइंट्स. चलो, मेजरमेंट हो गया. देन कॉस्ट ऑफ इन्वेंटरी. Cost of inventory. Now, what is cost of inventory? It is divided in 3 parts: cost of purchase, cost of conversion, and other cost. Now, purchase price plus non-recoverable duties and other taxes. For example, if you are not getting any set off, if you are not getting any credit, in that case, it is called as non-recoverable duties and other taxes. Plus other expenditure directly attributable to the acquisition, minus trade discount, minus rebates, minus duty drawbacks, that we are going to consider in cost of purchase. So take a screenshot of this cost of purchase. Cost of purchase की जल्दी से screenshot ली जाए. Cost of purchase over. Cost of conversion means what? Yes, can you tell me cost of conversion? You already covered this in the costing session. So can you tell me cost of conversion fast? Who is answering? What is conversion cost? cost of conversion. Beta, accounting standards are really very difficult part, and students are taking it not seriously. Please try to attend it in the live session, because afterwards you will find it's very boring part. So if you interact with me, it will be very easy for you. Chalo. Cost of conversion. Very good. Cost of conversion means cost of converting raw material into finished goods. Yes, very good. Pooja answered it. Beta means which cost? Which cost, beta? Duty drawback, beta. Your GST faculty will tell you exactly about duty drawback. There is one account that we have to maintain. Okay, who answered it very quickly? Rajiv Kumar Das ji ने बराबर बताया. Oh yes, duty drawback is nothing but it is a direct labor plus, sorry, duty drawback क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं? Cost of conversion is nothing but direct labor plus overhead part, and overheads are divided in two parts: fixed overhead and variable overhead. So this is very important chart. Cost of conversion. Fixed overhead we will use on the basis of higher of actual capacity or normal capacity, and variable overhead we consider on actual capacity. This is very, very important chart, my friends. So please take a screenshot of cost of conversion. Direct labor, overheads. Overheads are divided in two parts: fixed overhead and variable overhead. Fixed overhead we calculate on the basis of absorbed in the higher of actual capacity or normal capacity, and variable overhead we consider on the basis of actual capacity. Now this part, please, this part मुझे खुद को समझने को बहुत time लगा था when I was in inter. So please note down that fixed overhead and variable overhead part. It's very important. Fast. Cost of conversion, fixed overhead. Yes. Now we are going to solve one question. Illustration number, example number 2 and illustration number 4 based on this concept. So my friends, yes, solve this example number 2. Example number 2. Read all these cases. I'm giving you exactly 5 minutes. And please explain me what you understood. This concept, example 2, is very, very important. First, you read it. I'm giving you exactly 5 minutes. You can read the answer also. Don't worry. You can read the answer part also. Five minutes I'm giving you. This example number 2, mark it as IMP. This is a fixed overhead concept. Fixed overhead. Chalo jaldi se. Read it. Very, very important illustration. Last 30 seconds. Chalo, jaldi se. Are you getting it? Principle is very easy. Okay. Chalo. Let's see. Janisha has answered it. Chalo. Yes, very good. So, beta, not able to understand case number 3. Who answered it? Read the single G. Beta, I will tell you. It's very easy concept. Understand it. How to present this answer? Yes, I will show you. See, in this question, we have fixed overhead of rupees 18 lakhs. How much is the fixed overhead? 18 lakhs. And now our units. Now units are there. There are 3 possibilities. Units. So normal capacity. So normally your capacity of your production capacity of your plant and machinery is 1 lakh units. But now what happened? That it is a prediction. Okay, because whenever you are calculating this fixed overhead calculation in costing also, you are aware about the recovery rate calculation. So what is recovery rate? Recovery rate is nothing but overheads, budgeted overheads divided by basis. Now there are 6 bases in costing, as you are aware about recovery rate calculation or absorption rate. So there are 6 bases in calculation of recovery rate in costing. But in accounts, we consider actual overheads divided by now normal capacity. Whenever you are calculating closing stock valuation, now closing stock valuation, direct material you will consider, direct labor you will consider, direct expenses you will consider, and factory overhead you will consider. In factory overhead, you have 2 types of stock expenses: fixed overhead, variable overhead. Now this fixed overhead, how to calculate per unit? Per unit you will calculate by taking actual overhead divided by normal capacity or actual capacity, whichever is higher. So this is Sanket sir principle. In study material it is not given. Okay, so this is a standard principle that normal capacity or actual capacity, whichever is higher, and reasons are given by the institute. In our example, in P&L account, we consider 18 lakhs rupees. 2 factory overheads. Okay, in P&L account, we consider 2 factory overhead, 18 lakhs rupees. Yes. Till now you are getting this concept: direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, factory overhead you are going to consider. In factory overhead, you will consider fixed overhead and variable overhead. In fixed overhead, your actual overhead divided by normal capacity or actual capacity, whichever is higher, you are going to consider. Now see, we have 3 cases. Case number one, we left with 1 lakh units. We produce 1 lakh units and we have not sold a single unit. So we left with 1 lakh units. Whatever we produced, we left with that. So very simple calculation: 18 lakhs rupees divided by 1 lakh units. So my rate per unit for fixed overhead portion, I will consider rupees 18 per unit. What I will consider in case 1, rupees 18 per unit. This is my actual capacity. Case number 2. My capacity is of 1 lakh units. My capacity is of normal capacity is 1 lakh units. That is a standard capacity. But I produce only 90,000 units. So my actual capacity is 90,000. I produce less. Now what principle says about? 18 lakhs divided by 1 lakh or 90,000, whichever is higher. So 18 lakhs divided by 1 lakh, I will multiply it by rupees 18. 90,000 units multiplied by 18 rupees. So I will calculate 90,000 into 18. 16,20,000 will be my closing stock. I have not sold a single unit. So my expenditure is 18 lakh and my closing stock is 16,20,000. Automatically, my difference of cost, which is debited, my debit side is more, is rupees. Debit side is more by rupees 1,80,000. Automatically, it will get adjusted. That is case number 2. Okay. Case number 3. I produce 1,20,000 units. Now, friends, if I multiplied by rupees 18, my answer will be 21,60,000. I spent from the pocket 18 lakhs rupees, and my closing stock is showing the balance of 21,60,000. How it is possible? Okay, you should not record it beyond your cost. Okay, if you are calculating 18 lakhs rupees, if your cost is 18 lakh rupees, how your closing stock will be 21,60,000? So multiplying by 18 is not correct. So, sir, then what is the amount of multiplication? Can you tell me? So 18 lakhs, what is the Sanket sir principle? 18 lakhs divided by 1,20,000 or 1 lakh, whichever is higher, you will consider. So 18 lakhs divided by 1,20,000, which is equal to rupees 15. So 1,20,000, you are not sold a single pen or that unit. There your evaluation will be 1,20,000 into 15 rupees. That is amount is equals to rupees 18 lakhs. So my friends, if you multiply by rupees 18, you are totally wrong. Why? Because you are getting an answer 21,60,000, which is more than 18 lakhs rupees, which you have expended. So it's not correct. Lower answer is correct, but higher answer is not allowed. And therefore, in denominator, we divide it by actual capacity or normal capacity, whichever is higher. Okay. So in first case, there is no question. It is very simple that you will multiply by rupees 18. In second case, you will multiply by rupees 18 once again, but your closing stock value will be 16,20,000. It's okay. It's below 18 lakhs is okay, but above 18 lakhs is not okay. And therefore, in last case, we multiply not by 18 rupees, but we multiplied by rupees 15. So principle is very simple that you must multiply by rupees, multiply by amount that calculated total overhead divided by actual capacity or normal capacity, whichever is higher. Friends, how to present the answer in exam? Yes. So what is the principle? Please, can you answer it? What is the principle of fixed overhead calculation? Yes. Tell me the answer. Yes. Now you can take a screenshot. Example number 2, how to present the answer in exam. Please, beta, please take these screenshots and you can write it afterwards. Please make sure that you are writing each and everything. You have to do a lot of practice for this. देखो एक बार मैं हिंदी में समझा देता हूं जो बच्चों को नहीं समझ में आया. प्लीज यस, पहले तो स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए. फर्स्ट टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट. 1 lakh or 1 lakh, whichever is higher. 1 lakh or 90,000, whichever is higher, that is 1 lakh, so rupees 18. 1 lakh or 1,20,000, whichever is higher, so we'll divide by 1,20,000 and answer is rupees 15. So it's very simple. Case 2, case 1 explanation not needed. Case 2 explanation, if recovery rate is rupees 20, it's not correct. Then what is correct answer? Charge to inventory 90,000 units into rupees 18, that is actual production. If no sales means whatever you produce, you left with that stock. 90,000 units into rupees 18. Answer is 16,20,000, but beta, you spent 18 lakhs. On the debit side, it is 18 lakhs, and on the credit side, it is 16,20,000. So automatically 1,80,000 will be written off. Automatically 1,80,000 will be written off. It's very simple. Next one, automatically you will, yes, this trading and P&L account you can check here. If you multiply by 18, it's correct. Okay. And what is wrong? If you multiply by rupees 20, it's wrong. No loss. So this is not correct. And in case 3 explanation, if you multiply by 15, it's correct. In case 3 explanation, if you multiply by, yes, wait. Take a screenshot, but wait. हाँ, now you can take a screenshot. Case 3 explanation. Trading and P&L account, whichever is higher, that you will consider denominator, and therefore you are getting the answer 15. It's correct. But if you are considering 18 answer, it's not correct because your over closing stock is recording at 21,60,000, but you spend only 18 lakhs, which is not correct answer. एक बार मैं पूरा हिंदी में बताने वाला हूं, तो प्लीज कृपा करके टेंशन मत लीजिए. आई नो ये पार्ट मुझे भी समझ में बता थोड़ा दिक्कत आया था, पर मेरे होशियार बच्चे हैं एकदम. यस, सो केस 3 एक्सप्लेनेशन भी आपको समझ में आया होगा. ओके, चलो एक बार हिंदी में समझ लेते हैं पूरा का पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट. एक बार पूरा का पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट हिंदी में समझ लेंगे. सर, फिक्स ओवरहेड क्या होता है? बड़ा फिक्स ओवरहेड जो होता है ये कभी भी चेंज नहीं होगा ड्यू टू वॉल्यूम. इसको हम लोग फिक्स ओवरहेड बोलते हैं. यस सर, ये तो हमें पता ही है. फिक्स ओवरहेड मतलब जिसका वॉल्यूम नहीं चेंज होता है, इसको हम लोग फिक्स ओवरहेड बोलते हैं. सर, फिक्स ओवरहेड का वॉल्यूम तो आपने बता दिया. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज, एक सेकंड ना बेटा. हाँ, सो फिक्स ओवरहेड का आपने प्रिंसिपल क्या बताया? फिक्स ओवरहेड का प्रिंसिपल ये मैंने बताया कि फिक्स ओवरहेड लेने का एक्चुअल ओवरहेड कॉस्टिंग में जो करते हैं ना आप लोग, कॉस्टिंग में आप लोग कौन सा करते हो? बजटेड ओवरहेड. बजटेड ओवरहेड डिवाइड बाय बजटेड बेसिस. 6 बेसिस होते हैं. कौन से 6 बेसिस होते हैं वहां पे याद होगा तो? डायरेक्ट मटेरियल होता है, डायरेक्ट लेबर होता है, प्राइम कॉस्ट होता है, फिर आपका डायरेक्ट मशीन आर, डायरेक्ट लेबर आर एंड आउटपुट. ये 6 बेसिस होते हैं इन कॉस्टिंग. सर यहाँ पे इतना डिफिकल्ट नहीं है सर, इधर अकाउंट्स है. अकाउंट्स मतलब एक्चुअल. कॉस्टिंग में बजटेड होता है, अकाउंट्स में एक्चुअल होता है. ये दोनों का डिफरेंस है. तो यहाँ पे हम लोग एक्चुअल फिक्स ओवरहेड तो ले लेंगे सर, पर डिनोमिनेटर में क्या दिक्कत आती है? डिनोमिनेटर में आपका कैपेसिटी डिटरमाइन करना पड़ता है. और ये हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं कि फिक्स ओवरहेड का पोर्शन हम लोग इन्वेंट्री को कितना लगाएंगे. सर, इन्वेंट्री को कितना लगाएंगे ये हम लोग देख रहे हैं ये कैलकुलेशन में. सो इन्वेंट्री में हम लोग फिक्स ओवरहेड जो एक्चुअल जेब से गया उसको तो लेंगे. डिनोमिनेटर में क्या लेंगे? नॉर्मल कैपेसिटी और एक्चुअल कैपेसिटी विचेवर इज हायर. सर ये समझ में आया, एक्चुअल कैपेसिटी और नॉर्मल कैपेसिटी विचेवर इज हायर. सर 90,000 यूनिट्स हम लोग प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं. 90,000 यूनिट्स हम लोग प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं. 1 लाख यूनिट जो है हमारी कैपेसिटी है, तो क्या करेंगे? और 1,20,000 यूनिट्स हम लोग प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं और 1 लाख कैपेसिटी होगी तो क्या? सर 1 लाख कैपेसिटी और 1 लाख ही प्रोड्यूस किया तो सर सवाल ही नहीं आता. 18 रुपए तो उधर के उधर ही हो गया. 18 लाख डिवाइड बाय 1 लाख, आंसर आया 18 रुपए. अभी सर कब होगा? 18 लाख रुपए आपके जेब से जा रहा है और 90,000 यूनिट्स आपने प्रोड्यूस किए. सर 90,000 यूनिट्स हमने प्रोड्यूस किए, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? तो 90,000 और 1 लाख विचेवर इज हायर लेने का, क्योंकि 90,000 यूनिट से आपने डिवाइड किया तो आंसर आएगा 20 रुपीज. वो अलाउड नहीं है. 18 लाख आपका जेब में से जाएगा, दैट इज डेबिट में आएगा. टू ओवरहेड आपका 18 लाख आया. और आपका वैल्यूएशन आपने क्या किया? वैल्यूएशन आपने किया 18 लाख डिवाइड बाय 1 लाख विचेवर इज हायर, मतलब 18 रुपीज से आपका कैलकुलेशन होगा. सो 90,000 यूनिट्स आपके जो थे, आप देख सकते हो 90,000 यूनिट्स मैंने प्रोड्यूस किए. कितने प्रोड्यूस किए मैंने? 90,000 यूनिट्स सब प्रोड्यूस किए. सो यहां पे मेरा एक्चुअल खर्चा कितना हुआ टू फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड और फिक्स ओवरहेड? 18 लाख रुपए. और सर मैंने ना 90,000 यूनिट्स बेचे, 90,000 यूनिट्स प्रोड्यूस की. सर मैंने एक भी यूनिट बेचा नहीं सर. 90,000 यूनिट्स पूरा का पूरा मेरे पास क्लोजिंग स्टॉक में बच गया सर. 90,000 यूनिट्स पूरा का पूरा मेरा क्लोजिंग स्टॉक है जो मैंने बनाया था. सर इधर हुआ क्या? मैं रिकवरी रेट कितने से लगाऊं? सर रिकवरी रेट मतलब मैं यहाँ पे कितने से मल्टीप्लाई करूं? 1 यूनिट के पीछे कितना चार्ज करूं? 1 यूनिट के पीछे आपको चार्ज करना है 1 लाख और 90,000, विचेवर इज हायर. सो सर 1 लाख ने बाजी मार दी. 18 लाख डिवाइड बाय 1 लाख मतलब 18 रुपए से मैं ये वैल्यूएशन करूंगा. सो 90,000 इंटू 18 मतलब 16,20,000 ये मेरा वैल्यूएशन आएगा. मेरा क्लोजिंग स्टॉक वैल्यू होगा 16,20,000 से. सर 18 लाख और 16,20,000 ये तो वैल्यूएशन मुझे समझ में आया. तो इसके बीच का जो भी डिफरेंस था 1,80,000 ये ऑटोमेटिकली P&L के डेबिट में आने वाला है. इंस्टीट्यूट ने दिया हुआ है 1,80,000 अपना ऑटोमेटिकली P&L के डेबिट में आने वाला है. सर तीसरी केस क्या है? तीसरी केस इज वेरी इजी. तीसरी केस मैंने बनाया 18 लाख का मेरा खर्चा हुआ और तीसरे केस में मैंने कितने यूनिट्स प्रोड्यूस किए? मैंने प्रोड्यूस किए 1,20,000 यूनिट्स. सर मेरी नॉर्मल कैपेसिटी कितनी थी? 1 लाख यूनिट्स की थी, पर आपने प्रोड्यूस कितने कर लिए? 1,20,000. बाजी किसने मारी? 1,20,000 ने बाजी मारी. ओके सर, ये मुझे समझ में आया. अभी सर मेरे जेब में से 18 लाख रुपया गया और यदि मैंने 1 लाख से मैंने 18 रुपीज से मल्टीप्लाई किया रहता, यदि मैंने 18 रुपीज से मल्टीप्लाई किया रहता जो पहले इसमें किया हुआ है, और ये मेरे पूरे बाय क्लोजिंग स्टॉक, मेरा पूरा का पूरा क्लोजिंग स्टॉक जो है वो 1,20,000 यूनिट्स का 18 रुपए से बच जाता था. सो 1,120 और 18 रुपए से कितना आएगा सर? तो 21,60,000 ये मेरा क्लोजिंग स्टॉक आएगा, जो अलाउड ही नहीं है सर. सर मेरे जेब से 18 लाख रुपए गए तो मेरे क्रेडिट में 21,60,000 कहां से आ सकते हैं? तो नहीं सर, 18 रुपए का वैल्यूएशन गलत है। इसीलिए वैल्यूएशन प्रिंसिपल क्या बताया संकेत सर ने? एक शॉर्टकट निकाला, विच एवर इज हाइयर। सो 18 लाख डिवाइड बाई 1,20,000। सर 15 रुपए से मेरा कैलकुलेशन होगा, 15 रुपए से कैलकुलेशन होगा तो 1,20,000 इंटू 15 कितना आंसर आने वाला है? 18 लाख। और मेरे जेब से भी गया 18 लाख। सर ये बराबर है कि विच एवर इज हाइयर। सो प्रिंसिपल यूज करो ना। संकेत सर ने एक छोटा सा प्रिंसिपल क्या दिया, वो फिक्स ओवरहेड होगा, फिक्स ओवरहेड होगा। देखो वेरिएबल ओवरहेड में कुछ सवाल ही नहीं आता। वो वेरिएबल ओवरहेड में सर सवाल क्यों नहीं आता? वेरिएबल ओवरहेड में नॉर्मल कैपेसिटी क्यों नहीं होती? कोई आंसर देगा? व्हाई देयर इज, यस इन इंग्लिश, ओके इन इंग्लिश आई एम आस्किंग यू वन क्वेश्चन। सो हिंदी मीडियम स्टूडेंट्स दे गॉट द कॉन्सेप्ट. So what is the principle? Principle is very easy. Overhead divided by whichever is higher, actual or normal capacity, whichever is higher. Okay. Now you got this principle. Is easy. Fixed overhead. Okay. Sir, please explain case number 2 again. Who asked this question? ईशा जायसवाल. ईशा, अभी आपको समझ में आया? ईशा जी, अभी आपको समझ में आया? योगिता देवरा बोल रही है सर बिट कंफ्यूजन, नाउ इट्स गॉन क्लियरली अंडरस्टूड. ओके सर, गॉट इट गॉट इट गॉट इट. और क्या कमेंट आई है? और पूजा गुप्ता बोल रही है सर यू आर ऑसम, आई एम नॉट एबल टू अटेंड योर लाइव क्लासेस बट आई एम डूइंग योर रिकॉर्डेड वन. वेरी गुड. बिफोर अटेंडिंग योर क्लासेस माय बेसिक्स वर वेरी लो, नाउ improve very. Yes, I'm interested in accounts, but my revision part is also not good. So means I revise every day lesson, but I'm done it. Okay, very good. Yes, Pooja Gupta, thank you. Sir, how can you loss? We get the loss. Closing stock is recorded at cost or NRV, which is lower. बेटा, लॉस नहीं मिलता है. इट इज ऑटोमेटिकली आई एम गेटिंग द लॉस. क्या हुआ रे? ओए क्या हुआ? लॉस ऑटोमेटिकली मिला रे. यस, वेरिएबल ओवरहेड डिपेंडिंग ऑन द एक्चुअल कैपेसिटी. व्हाई कैन यू टेल मी विद, कैन यू एलाबोरेट दिस आंसर? व्हाई एक्चुअल कैपेसिटी? व्हाई वेरिएबल ओवरहेड इज डन विद द एक्चुअल कैपेसिटी बेटा? यस बेटा. दीपिका वर्मा बोल रही है समझ में आया. रिया जायसवाल क्लियर हो गया सर. ओके, वेरी गुड सर. यस सर, अंडरस्टूड नाउ. केस नंबर 2. ईशा जायसवाल भी बोल रही है. वेरी गुड बेटा, वेरी गुड. Loss is that because we have not produced 1 lakh units. Now my target was 1 lakh units, but I produced 90,000 units. That is only the reason why I'm in loss. Okay, and it's possible only for fixed overhead. It's not possible for variable overhead. And why? That is why I'm asking you the answer. Yes, you only tell me why we do variable overhead on actual capacity and not on the budgeted capacity. Yes, tell me fast. Why variable overhead is always I'm giving one same example to my all Pune branch students. Always one example for variable overhead and fixed overhead understanding. Okay. Okay, I'm just asking this question. Beta, no beta, it is already transferred. P&L entry na, Kiran ji, Miss Kiran. Second case, it is automatically will get adjusted. 18 lakhs rupees and you are on the credit side, you are recording 16,20,000. So it will get automatically adjusted. Okay. Okay. Chalo. I will give you the simple example that for fixed overhead and variable overhead concept. Okay. Why variable overhead is always based on the actual capacity. Very simple example. Understand it quickly. Fixed overhead. For example, while deciding fees, okay, to Pune branch students, normally what we consider, what is the rent that we are paying it. Okay, so rent, suppose if I'm paying 1,20,000 per month, if I'm paying a rent, and suppose we expected 100 students, so 100 students, 1,20,000 divided by 100 students, that is our recovery rate. It's in simple language. My rent is, yes, I will write it so it will be very clear to you. Okay, my rent expenditure Okay. My rent expenditure is 1,20,000 and I'm expecting 100 students. So minimum rent per student will be rupees 1,200 per student. It's very simple. That 1,200 per student will be my fees per month. Okay, minimum, because our rent is also 1,20,000. Now suppose my rent is going to be static. Okay, it is not going to change. But this number of students are going to change because this is estimated. This is a normal capacity. But now only 90 students have taken the admission. So if I cannot say I cannot tell them, please give me increased fees. No one will accept this. Once fees are decided, it has to be there. Okay. So 1,200 per student is already fixed. I cannot change it now. So 90 students comes, then 10 students it will be a loss for me. Okay. So 12,000. I covered only 1,200 from one student. So this is I covered only 1,08,000. And under absorption is rupees 12,000. Now under absorption treatment, it might be I charge it. Now in my case, it will be costing P&L. But yes, suppose if you are ready to pay me extra amount, then other 90 students, it is called as supplementary rate. That is an additional rate. Okay, additional rate. Suppose if customer agrees, but here in our example, no one will agree. So that 12,000, I have to write it to costing P&L. So that is an under absorption. And suppose 120 students comes, I'm not going to give you refund. I already collected 1,200 rupees from you per student because that is my predetermined rate. So I'm not going to give any refund, 1,44,000. And my my rent is only 1,20,000. So difference is called as over absorption. So this is a case of fixed overhead. Okay, fixed overhead, very easy. So in fixed overhead, we already estimated 100 students, but might be students are less or might be students are more. So this is in the case of fixed overhead. But now students, in case of variable overheads, variable overhead means my notes. I will take print of those copies. I will take only those prints who have taken admission. So I will issue notes to those students who have taken the admission. Okay, so here there is no need of expectation. You take admission, I will take a print and I will provide you. Okay, so here there is no estimation which is needed and therefore it is actual capacity. So very simple example, in case of variable overhead, it is always actual capacity, and in case of fixed overhead, it is always normal capacity or actual capacity which is higher. Okay, in case of accounts, this is in case of costing. In costing, you calculate under absorption and over absorption. But in accounts, there is no need to calculate under absorption and over absorption because we are following on the basis of actual overhead. So actual overheads पे ही हम लोग खेल रहे हैं. So in that case, accounts और costing के बीच में यही difference है. Cost accounting system chapter आपका हो गया या नहीं हो गया, I don't know, but you know the difference between costing and accounts. In costing, we consider budgeted figures, and in accounts, we consider actual figures, and therefore there is a difference between the profit of accounts and costing. I hope you are very clear with this concept. Okay. अरे स्टेप मार्किंग होते हैं ना भाई दवे, कितनी बार पूछेगा यही क्वेश्चन बार बार. यस, कॉस्टिंग में समझ में आया आपको क्या होता है? ओके रेखा जी, चलिए. सो you got the difference between variable capacity and actual capacity. So I'm asking you one more question. Now solve one more question. Yes, you have taken the example number 2 ke screenshots. So now illustration number 4. Very easy illustration, very easy. Yes, you can solve this question. Illustration number 4. And tell me the answer. It's very easy, sir. It's very easy. Solve it. I'm giving you 3 minutes. 2 minutes actually. नो टाइम फॉर सॉल्विंग और 5-10 मिनट है. इट्स वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन सर. यस, क्वेश्चन देखो. मटेरियल कॉस्ट इज 200 रुपीज. डायरेक्ट लेबर इज 40. डायरेक्ट वेरिएबल ओवरहेड 20. फिक्स ओवरहेड 2 lakhs kgs for 20 lakhs. Okay. So 20 lakhs divided by 2 lakhs rupees, 10 per kg. Take a total 200 plus 40 plus 20 plus 10, 270. So 270 multiplied by 4,000 kgs, 10,80,000 is the answer. 10,80,000 is the answer. Yes, sir. Easy છે. અરે easy છે કે? Okay. So it's very easy, sir. So till now, yes, quickly revise it and take a break of 5 minutes. I know this is really, accounting standards are difficult to understand, but students, if you focus on these concepts of accounting standard, you can see I have taken each and every concept in detail. Means it's in the simplest chart diagram. You can check here. I have covered almost all these concepts in very simple way, but it needs a lot of experience. Inventories, I already explained you the definition. Inventories means finished goods or WIP. We have covered it in the chart form. Then scope outs, work in progress, construction contract, service providers. You can see here. Today you can read this theory study material, and producers inventories, livestock, वगैरह. So this paragraph is also covered. It is recorded at cost or NRV, whichever is lower. So this is a measurement of the inventory cost or NRV, whichever is lower. This chart we already covered. Raw material, if replacement price is, I'm going to explain it in the CA final question. So its part is remaining, but NRV, you can see this NRV meaning of WIP, realizable value minus selling expense. Selling expense means that brokerage. And this estimated cost of completion is only for WIP. It is not for finished goods. This cost of completion is not for finished goods, but it is only for WIP. So we covered this question, example number 1. Cost of inventory, I already covered that. Cost of inventory, cost of purchases, cost of conversion, material, labor, and overhead. Overhead, I have given you the simplest way. In case of fixed overhead, it is normal capacity or actual capacity, whichever is higher. And in case of variable overhead, that is the actual capacity. Joint product, byproduct, other cost is still remaining, and cost formulae are still remaining that we are covered. We are going to cover after the break. I hope you enjoyed till now. एकदम easy है. Yes. Accounts और costing का difference भी समझ में आया? It's very, very important, my friends. Okay. So let's take a break of 5 minutes. I will try my best to give you 100% each and every concept in detail. Study material, you won't find it boring. While revision, sir, when faculty is good, I'm telling you, when you read the study material and you are finding it's not boring part, but it's interesting part, then your faculty, he taught you very properly. Okay. So make some, benchmarks whether your faculty is good or not. And it is very easy. If your faculty is telling you, is giving you some guidance, and you read your study material, and if you are finding it's easy, it means that your faculty taught you very beautifully. Okay. So take a break and we will come back within 10 minutes. Thank you. ब्रेक दे दीजिए राम जी. राम जी ब्रेक दे दीजिए. एस्टिमेटेड नेट रियलाइजेबल वैल्यू के पास जाते हैं अभी. सो वी हैव जस्ट फिनिश विद द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ overheads. So fixed overhead and variable overhead we have finished with. Now last part is other cost. Now other cost is very, very important, friends. Other cost means what we are going to consider over here. Cost incurred to bring the inventory to its present location. So if any cost of design, okay, or freight, you can add it in this. So beta, any inventory cost that is important one to bring the inventory at its present location is called as other cost. Okay. Interest on borrowing cost related to qualifying asset. Now what is qualifying asset? An asset which will take some time to get ready. For example, wine. Suppose if you are a seller of wine, आपने कभी कहावत सुनी होगी, जितनी ओल्ड वाइन है उतनी खूबसूरत रहेगी. सो बेटा ये उतनी टेस्टी रहती है. तो ओल्ड वाइन means it will take some time, and such wine के लिए if you have taken some loan, and that interest will be added to your inventory cost. Normally interest is not added, but interest related to qualifying asset. And what is qualifying asset? That we are going to see it in accounting standard 16. An asset which takes a substantial time to get ready for its intended use is called the qualifying asset, and that interest on borrowing cost will be added to your interest part. Okay, so qualifying asset means substantial time to get ready for its intended use. Amortization of intangible assets related to production. So depreciation, amortization, that is also added to your part. So patents, rights. For example, if you are paying any patents for your production units, that patents will be added directly to your inventory cost. So this is your other cost. You can take a screenshot of this other cost. So this is the last part of cost of conversion. Yes, beta. Over. So till now we have completed cost of purchases, cost of conversion, and other cost. Now joint product, byproduct. Yes, have you finished with the joint product, byproduct questions? Yes, beta. Joint product, byproduct. Have you done joint product, byproduct, or still not completed? Yes, can you tell me? जॉइंट प्रोडक्ट बाय प्रोडक्ट आपका खत्म हुआ या नहीं हुआ है अभी तक? सो अदर कॉस्ट भी बहुत ही आसान था. एक बार मैं पूरी रिवीजन हिंदी में लेने वाला हूं, सो डोंट वरी. सॉरी, अरे बताओ बताओ क्या हो गया, हैंग क्यों हो गया? आई एम नॉट गेटिंग अ लास्ट क्वेरी इज okay. So what are joint cost? Basically there are how many methods? Yes, can you tell me how many methods to split the joint cost? Yes beta, how many methods are there? How many methods are there? Yes, for joint product, byproduct. Byproduct there are only two methods, but joint product how many methods are there? Okay. Physical measurement, that is the quantity ratio में you will divide it. Second one, yes, चलो जल्दी से मेथड बताओ. Physical method, second one, marginal cost method, then NRV method, at split off, after split off, that is market value methods. Survey method is there. Okay, so total 7 methods are there. Total methods means 5 methods, and in fifth method there are 3 methods: NRV, market value at split off, and market value after split off. Okay, so yes, these all methods are there in your study material. First one is a physical method, the second one is the average cost method, third one is a survey method, fourth one is a marginal cost method, and fifth one is a market value method. In market value you have 3 sub methods, that is at split off, after split off, and NRV method. Okay, so yes, out of that, what do you think, which method is used in the accounting standard 2? All 5 methods? No, not a way. Accounting standard 2 talks about only one method, and please, can you guess that method? Yes, out of these 7 methods. Yes, once again, physical method, average unit method, survey method. Fourth one is marginal cost method, that is variable cost method. Next one is market value at split off, market value after split off, and NRV. And one more method is there is a constant gross margin, but now it is removed from your syllabus. But I may ask you that question about constant gross margin, so not very sure. Normally I take it in the constant gross margin method also, but yes, but this is not preferable method, constant gross margin, because you are getting negative cost in that case. Okay, so can you tell me which method do you think we follow here out of all these methods? Yes, चैत्रा ने आंसर दिया है एनआरवी, और स्नेहा ने भी आंसर दिया है फिजिकल मेथड. अदर स्टूडेंट्स आर स्टिल आंसरिंग. रितिका बहुत सही बेटा, जेनेशा बहुत सही, एंड ईशा जायसवाल भी बहुत ही ज्यादा सही गए हैं. सुवर्णेश आजकल आंसर देता है, बट सुवर्णेश, एनआरवी मेथड इज अ रिवर्स मेथड विच इज नॉट अलाउड. यस, योर गेस इज नॉट करेक्ट. ठीक है, no problem beta, because you are doing it for the first time. So market value at split off method we follow here. Which method we are going to follow over here? Market value at split off, out of these 7 methods. Okay, so normally accounts faculty will not talk about all these things. He will tell you only that method, because he is not bother about these costing methods, because costing methods there are 7-8 methods, and every faculty is not accounts and costing faculty. So I teach costing, that's why I'm giving this guidance, which method we are following over and how many methods are there. Yes, but here we are going to use only one method, that is a market value at split off method. So joint products, cost of conversion of each product is there, and outcome, main product with a byproduct. So here joint products separate identifiable and not separately identifiable. Separately identifiable, then this separate method is there, but when the method cannot be identified, we use market value at split off point. That is the basis number 1. And if that is not allowed, if basis 1 is not there, then you can follow sales value after split off, that reversal method, that is net realizable value method. So if it is not there, so you can take a screenshot of this. You can take a screenshot. So not separately identifiable, joint product. And in byproduct beta, you have 2 methods, immaterial. Immaterial. In case of immaterial, NRV is deducted from the cost, and if it is material, we will consider as a joint product, separate joint product. So in exam, we consider it as immaterial. Okay, so you can take a screenshot of byproduct also. Byproduct. Chalo. Very good that you have understood these methods. So I'm giving you one CA final question based on this, and this question you will get it in the assignment part. तो बेटा आप assignment part आज download कर लेना. I'm giving you this question. I'm giving you exactly 5 minutes to solve this question. Yes. You try this question. Should I give you time or should I answer it immediately? Yes, you want to try it. Yes, जल्दी से मुझे बताओ comment section में whether you want time 5 minutes or should I give you the directly answer. If you take time, you can read it properly. So tell me fast. Should I take it or can I give you 5 minutes? Okay, try it. चलो, take a 5 minutes time, fast. टिकटिकी जी 5 मिनट बच्चों को दिए जाए. नलिनी जी, all other answered, give us time. चलो जल्दी से. राम जी, आवाज आ रहा है क्या? राम जी, चलिए। चलो, सो यस, व्हाट इज द आंसर? राम जी, कुछ तो टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम हो गया है। हाँ, अभी मुझे भी ये एग्जैक्टली नहीं आएगा। नहीं, प्रॉब्लम वो नहीं है। ये स्क्रीन टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम हो गया पूरा। ये जो है ना, मेरा स्क्रीन ही नहीं दिख रहा है। एक, हाँ, 5 मिनट का टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम का ये लगा दो ना, मैं संगम को बोलता हूँ। हम्म।